Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Train Fever. My name, of course, is Old Potato. Wow, okay, so the stakes have never been higher. And I don't mean that, that beef is elevated to a high level. Oh no, I do not. I mean that things are getting very, very tense. It turned out that in the last episode we had some really dodgy stuff happen. It was very difficult to fix, but we sort of just managed to wing our way through it. It was really weird how we actually managed to fix it, because usually that doesn't happen. But, you know, we did a pretty darn good job. Wood, I think, is still being loaded into this station, or this station, whatever you call it, this depot, and it's being transferred to the sawmill, and then obviously the goods are being transferred from the sawmill to the station, and then delivered to Whitby and to Woburn on this, I don't want to say like industrial train track, but it is literally a train track for industrial trains, so yeah, I suppose it is an industrial train track. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. I'll take it. But yeah, what's most important is the fact that full rail service between Whitby and Woburn has resumed. And that is pretty much essential, because we were having real problems with that before. Real major problems. And fingers crossed, all of them should be resolved. All of them should be sorted. We should have no further issues with signaling problems or whatever. Because that was part of the issue before, and now I'm really hoping that it will all be fixed. How is Kirkby doing? Are we getting a lot of people at the station in Kirkby? 10 people waiting at the station in Kirkby. Where's the next train? Where's the next train into Kirkby? Is that the next train into Kirkby? That's a long time away. Okay, I just want to keep tabs on the Kirkby trains, you know, just to check how many passengers they've got. 29 out of 30. It's pretty darn good in my books. I'll take it. We are making money hand over fist right now. I think pretty much every route should be pretty profitable. Yeah, I mean, mostly. Most of the routes should be profitable most of the time. Oil be damned. It's been a long-ass time since I've checked in with Oil be damned. I don't even know if they're still going for it. Six thingies of oil to ship to over. Where did they ship the oil? It was over here, wasn't it? Yeah, it was all the way up here. Oh no. Really? And let me guess, these are the goods. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's why we're not in a profitable situation. It's really shitty. The oil has not been able to be unloaded, and therefore, well, we can't do anything. We can't do nothing. We can't do nothing. But yeah, oil is being unloaded now, which is kind of something, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how we handle it. I do not know how we handle it. It is a little bit pesky how we have to deal with that, or we have to keep that on our minds. Ugh. Just a little bit annoying, you know? Just a little bit annoying. Wait, so why is the wood being delivered directly? Why is wood going directly over this away? It really shouldn't be. Come on. Just take the trucks. Take the truckage. Yeah, take the trucks. Anyway, whatever. That's not the goal for today's episode. Today's episode had a rough goal, but it's a goal that we've been talking about for quite a long time. And the Congleton and Sidmouth route, which is, you know, aptly named the shitty Sidmouth route, because as you can see, the way that the geography works, it's pretty dodgy. It's pretty dodgy, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, we basically have a really shitty, uneven line right here, and it's called the shitty Sidmouth line. Also, people are waiting at the station. That is way too many people to be waiting at one station, and we need to fix that. There is something that we need to do about it. I don't know what it is, but we're going to have to fix it. So obviously, one of the first things we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make sure that we connect this route up to the other route. That's not something that we're going to do at the moment, but instead of doing that, I'm going to extend it through this town, And once it's at the other side of the town, we're just going to make a big loop, not unlike the one that we've got just outside Whitby, just over there, as you can see, or the one outside Kirkby, up there, but that's miles away and I can't be bothered showing you. And then we're already in a position where we can do that over there at Sidmouth as well. So we could go and do that right about now, actually. Why not? So what we're going to have to do, so we're going to have to find a way to go over this track here. That shouldn't be too difficult, you know that? It might be a little bit pesky, but it should be worth it in the long run. And let's face it, if it's worth it in the long run, it's worth doing. We need to go up. We need to go up or down further than that. That's annoying. Alright, let's delete that. Let's delete that. So I guess we've learned we need to go up as much as we can. Oh, wow, okay. Awesome. I'll take this bridge down this way a little bit. Make sure that it's even. That's good enough for me. And fingers crossed we can get it back into this line. That's a little bit too steep. That's a little bit too steep of a curve, I think. That's a tad pesky right there, chums. Okay, come on. Let's keep this curve really tight. In fact, you know what? Maybe we should start at the other end and just go. Yeah, just like that. Wait, what? Why is construction failed? Well, that looks like it should work. Yeah, there we go. Okay, fine. Beautiful. So basically what's going to happen here is the train is going to go into the station, pick up all the passengers, continue out here, round here, and back down. Easy as that. And that didn't even cost us that much money. It did set us back a little bit, but, you know, we've got to make sacrifices. Okay. Now, we need to do a similar sort of thing over here. However, this is going to cost us a really large amount of money. Now, I want it to cost as little money as possible, but that's a mighty expensive building right there. We might try and not demolish that one. Yeah, okay, so we basically just need to avoid this building. We can demolish the rest, I think. Yeah. Shouldn't be too expensive. I mean, it will be expensive, don't get me wrong, but nothing like the amount of money that we spent demolishing buildings in Sidmouth. That was truly ridiculous. Wait, what? Oh, no. Can we not make this work? Come on. You stupid game. I just want you to work. That's so much money. I don't really want to commit to demolishing that. That is so much money. You know, fuck it. We've got to. We've fucking well got to, don't we? I hate doing this. I really hate doing this. I really hate doing this. I just don't like removing buildings in general. Like, that's a good rule of thumb. If you can avoid removing buildings, then you probably should try to do that. That sucks pretty hard. There we go. Really? That's such bullshit right there. I am triggered so hard right now. $700 to get rid of that one. Let's just get rid of these two, get rid of that road, and curve it around this way. It needs to curve around this way anyway. It's just really annoying. Alright, 120 miles an hour. Let's keep that standard up. That's not where I wanted to place it. And what's the issue here? I think that it's not level. They're not like on the same level as each other. So we need to sort of bring it down a little bit. Maybe. I mean, this is really weird. Why won't you work? You really just do not... Oh, there you go. Fixed it. I fixed it somehow. I don't know how I did it, but I fixed it. And as long as this works roughly, then beautiful. Then that's perfect. I think what the problem was is that, you know, those two tracks are on different levels. They're in slightly different elevations. You can just see it there, but that should have sorted us out quite nicely. I would like to replace this road that runs in between these two areas, and we'll try and replace that after we've, you know, taken this track out just a smidgen. Thank goodness track is a fairly cheap endeavor. Okay, so let's think about this. Let's think about this. Which side of the track did we actually want things to be on? We talked about this before. So it's on the left-hand side? The right-hand side. Wait, what? Left-hand side. Yeah, okay. So trains can go up here. Yeah, okay. Okay, so up on the right, down on the left, as in down this way on the left. So down this way. So we'll come around here. They will get themselves a little bit of a curvy thing all the way around. It does slow down to 46 miles an hour. I want to point out that it is most certainly not a permanent solution. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'll take it. And these two tracks are going to be the real ones that eventually go through the mountain and all the way over to Whitby. Over here. And join up over here. That is going to be an expensive route. You know what? I would be curious to find out which route ends up being more expensive. This route across the lake, because we're going to have to, you know, deploy two gargantuan, and I mean absolutely gargantuan bridges, each costing a heck of a lot of money. Look at this. Look, 8.7 million per bridge, basically. 8.7 per bridge. Or, you know, a tunnel through half the flippin' world. Looks like the tunnels are cheaper by a little bit. I can't even see the price on that. Oh, come on. Show me the price. There we go. Okay, so something like 4 point something million. Yeah, so it looks like the bridges will probably be more expensive, but whatever. That's fine. That's alright. Okay, so before we, you know, unpause and muck everything up, let's signal some stuff. So you are currently heading back down this way. So we actually need to let you just continue heading back down this way. Because if we signal it now when you're going in the wrong direction, then that is going to mess everything up. But eventually, you are going to be only using the right-hand side for going up to Sidmouth, and then you can use the left-hand side to come down to Congleton. Comprende, Mr. Train? I hope you do. I really hope you do. I'm trying to explain it in as simplistic terms as possible, because I barely understand what is going on right now, so that's why I try to explain in simple terms, because I'm an idiot, and I need to explain it to myself. Alright. And beautiful. Perfect. Okay. Let us get some signals down. There we go. Oh, very, very big freeze. One-way signal. Yes, that is indeed a uno-way signal. Fantastic. That's what we like to see. And also, I guess, let's put a one-way signal up here. One-way signal up here, and then a one-way signal on the way back. Yeah, one-way signals for days. There we go. And one at the curve at the bottom, just in case. I'm sure the train will have worked it out by now, but yeah. It should have worked it out by now. At least I'd be hoping. And this is a one-way signal too. Perfect. So that should work out really, really well. And it should automatically find itself a route to to make this work. Alright. Let's test it. Let's stick it in 3 times speed and see if it actually works. I might want to focus on you for some really high-octane train drama. There we go. We're speeding along the countryside. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. A lot of carriages. We could upgrade to the newer carriages, but meh, I'm not really that concerned about doing that. It's not a big deal. 310k, a lot of money. I'll take it. Still 32 folk at the station though, so you know, can still do with extra capacity. Beautiful. This is exactly where you should be going right now. You're only going at 46 miles per hour, but let's face it, you're going uphill over a bridge. Not like a bridge should really slow you down, but, you know, just in case it does. Perfect. Perfect. This is a charm. An absolute dream come true. And if this works out so well, as it has already proven to do so, then I see absolutely no reason for us to not add a second train almost straight away. That seems totally reasonable. Totally reasonable. Just quickly, let's pause and let's go back to town, because I wanted to see if I can try and oh shit, really? You built a house there already? 91k. I'll actually delete that one. I'll delete that house. Because I am going to try and stick that road back in. If it's possible. I mean, it might not be. It might be completely impossible. But it was worth a shot, and I did say that I would try to do it, so yeah, I don't think it's going to be possible, purely as I've talked about before, because of the different elevations. That actually doesn't really matter too much. We'll still build that road in there. It'll still give the businesses a little bit of extra space to expand into, rather than just, you know, sticking one building on the junction there and then just being done with it. Simple. Simple. Okay, depot has been completely disconnected from reality. So let us reconnect that. Reconnect the depot. Okay, no, not there. Yep, just plug that in. Perfect. And can we plug this into this side over here? We can't do it right like that, but we will be able to do it. Almost guaranteed. Like so. Beautiful. Awesome, that works spectacularly. And that is going to allow us to buy a brand new train, except we're going to have to take out a little bit of a loan. Take us up to maybe 9 million in loans. It's not a great place to be, but let's face it, we do have a shit ton of money coming in right now, and we're going to be getting way more money as time goes on. Alright, so 4 carriages. How many people do these carriages take? 8, so 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. 40 carriages. I'll take it. Shitty Sidmouth line, you are dispatched. You are dispatched, my friend. You are going to wait for a free path, probably until that train gets past the signal. And then you're going to go. How easy is that? An absolute charm. An absolute charm. How unbelievably amazing. 95 passengers waiting at that station. Alright. Is this going to work here? Yeah, there shouldn't be any issues with coming around this circuit here. I don't like how we've deformed the land so much. I've talked a little bit about that before, but yeah, not a big fan of how much we deform the land. So you are gonna wait there. Let's actually signal slightly better if at all possible. Let's stick a one-way signal just over here. Yeah, just over here. Should mean that trains should be able to access this area quicker. One-way signal. Yes. Beautiful. Perfect. Yep. Awesome. So for the first time in a long time, we might get this station, you know, not completely empty, but somewhat near empty. I'm just gonna repay all my loans. Well, as many loans as I possibly can, because there's no reason for us to have too many loans right now. Also, I'm gonna take this road out a little bit. I'm gonna take it down here. Can I not do that? Am I not allowed to? Oh, apparently... Oh, I don't snap to it. Ugh, whatever. Who cares? I expanded it a little bit. There we go. That counts for something, doesn't it? I hope it counts for something. Yeah, we need to do better signaling, because this is just not working. Error vehicle in the way. I mean, I'll go up the entire flipping track. There you go. I don't really know what to use. Path signals or disc signals. I'll just fucking use them at random, I guess. There we go. You know what? A whole butt ton of signals along this track. Maybe a little bit of signal overkill, but I think you get the picture right now. Because if we don't have those signals there, then we're just going to see massive, massive delays on, you know, trains actually leaving stations and such like. So, you know, the implementation of those signals means that everything should be absolutely hunky-dory in the world of train fever and in the life of potato. Which is pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty good. But yeah, very, very happy with the progress that we've actually ended up making. We've gone through Congleton right now. We did Sidmouth a couple of episodes ago, so we've pathed through Sidmouth. We've pathed through Congleton. We've pathed through Whitby. Well, we just sort of skirted Whitby. We've pathed through Woburn. That was quite good as well. I really like the Woburn route. And we're also in the center of Kirkby as well. Only place that we haven't gone to right now is Chorley. And, you know, that's on the list, but that's going to be one of the last towns that we actually expand to, I should think. Next stage, as I've already talked about, it's either the massive infrastructure project getting across the lake and into Kirkby, or it's coming under the mountain range from Congleton all the way over to Whitby. Whatever we do, right, we are going to connect up two very, 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 very large bits of track. Obviously, at the moment, we've only got, you know, this side. We've got this entire side right now, right here. And then we've also got this little bit of track over there as well. So lots and lots of track that we are going to be able to very, very easily connect after a large-ish infrastructure project. But that's something that we're going to be doing in a future episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for watching. My name, of course, has been Old Potato. Tune in next time for some more train fear. Until then, bye.